Hello and welcome to the AIL podcast. It's the third one, I believe. Some stuff happened between when we were supposed to record this and, well, I'm joined today for the first and hopefully only time by one guest. This is Mids.
Hey, that was such an awkward introduction.
We're missing some people, Mids.
A lot of people.
There's some people that did not really
About
attend.
three. Yeah,
Exactly, per se.
about three.
Yeah, some stuff happened.
Wonderful stuff.
What was gonna happen was I was going to wait and for us to get more people. Then Yuki, what a guy that Yuki. Guy, probably guy. He, I told him that, well, I mentioned to him, well, I mean, only Mids showed up, so hey, might as well just do it, we might do it with just her.
Yeah.
I said that mostly as a joke,
Well,
because I figured, hey, one-on-one podcast, probably not that interesting. I also figured with two people, it'd be kind of hard to hold a conversation for all that time. But he was all like, "Oh, hey, it's the artist. Yeah, bring her on. Yeah, just her." And then I told him, well, I mean, I could probably get like Yona or something. For a matter of fact, Yona was not scheduled to be on, but Yona was available. So I was asking her like, can you be on? We kind of need someone. And then, and I was talking to Yuki as a joke. I said, I might as well just do one. I mean, it'd be way easier to edit, and that is actually really true. I'm actually really looking forward to this one now. But
yay.
so he was all supportive about it, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then Yona responded to me, and Yona said something around, oh yeah, I can help. I'm ready to record in a few minutes. Then I told her, wait, no, not yet. We might not need you. I told her that this decision is up to Yuki. Now, Yuki may have said, "Oh no, I don't want this decision anymore," but he already decided because Yona bailed out because of Yuki. So if this podcast is shit, Yuki, it's all your fault, all of you. You fucked up.
Don't worry, I bet it'll be half interesting at least.
No, it's but if it's half interesting, hey, that we did that. But
Yeah.
if it's god awful, if it's just it gives you cancer, it gives you a tumor, and you need to go get some like fucking chemotherapy, all Yuki, just all him.
Just blame him. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
just all him.
He'll pay your medical bills. I'm sure of it.
Absolutely, right out of his pocket. He'll go into poverty for you because he made you he made you
Listen to the podcast.
listen to the thing that he made me make. Me
There
and
you
Mids. There we go. Couldn't get my words out there.
Yeah.
Alright, so we did something special because Mids is the artist, is the community artist, as we like to refer to her.
I didn't know that.
I refer to you as the community artist. You're also doing some art for the podcast.
That's true.
That is true.
I haven't finished
Which is
it,
to
though.
be revealed whenever she finishes it. But
It was on delay because I was sick
Yeah,
for
for now.
such a long time.
she was very sick. She had mono? No, that's Cakes. Cakes has mono. I don't know what she
like
had.
The flu or something.
She had some sort of flu with what she says was giant pills. But anyway, that's a
Hey,
conversation. We'll
hey.
save that conversation for later. So anyway, she's an artist. I call myself an artist, kind of. Not really. I can
Everyone's
make
an
3D.
artist.
I can make 3D models. So I decided, oh hey, let's just both of us do speed arts real quick, or however quick it was we did it.
No, well, I thought it was quick, like 30 minutes, but he did 4
listen.
hours.
3D modeling takes a long time, so
Well, I knew that much, but 4 hours, dang.
I mean, it's a simple object too. Like I'm mad at myself that it took that long for that object. But anyway, let's get started. We're gonna watch both the speed arts. They're about 10 minutes each. Might cut in between them. Not sure, but we'll see. This is where we're starting with. First off, we're starting with Mids' first. So this one's the 2D art. Probably gonna talk a bit about. Yeah.
I'm scared now because I didn't do
Alright.
my best job. Okay.
Hey, you're zooming in. Alright, there's Mids. Talk to us about your process in drawing.
Well, for me, I usually sketch first and just outline it, but I didn't feel like outlining it, so because I thought it was gonna be like a fun speed art. We're not gonna take 4 hours to draw this.
Listen, that was an accident entirely.
So when I readjust my head, there's I don't know. I have some problems with my drawing. Like I would readjust one thing, and then the other thing would turn out horrible, and then I would have to readjust it again, and other things would happen, and I would be like, "Fudge it! I'm done with this art." I would delete it and start a new one. But that didn't happen this time, so I'm happy.
Yeah, there's the head. We're looking at some of a torso now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those legs seem a little thin.
It'll get better.
It'll get there. Yeah, it's process work.
It's
You're
my
just sketching it
process.
out from the beginning.
It's like
Yeah.
how can I say?
Anyway, I do have some questions for you from other
No.
people. I'm gonna tell you who did these questions too. All right. So
I already know
from
the first person.
wait, no, from Yona.
Oh, okay.
Why pandas? Because for people who don't know,
Oh.
Mids likes to sign all of her art with like PK, which is Panda King.
Okay, should I tell them the story then?
Yeah, you should tell them. You told me. You might as well tell them too.
Last year, my friend, since I sleep a lot and I'm really lazy when it comes to schoolwork, and I sleep during all my classes. Like I slept through gym, through health, through my regular classes, any class you can think of, I slept through it. So my friend, she used to call me Panda because I slept a lot, and no matter what, I wouldn't care about the schoolwork. I would do it in my own time when I was not sleeping and I actually felt like it. That's how she was like, okay, you know what? You're Panda now. And I was like, oh, okay. So next thing I knew, I just added the king to it because I felt like a royalty. Like I was the panda, I was the king of sleeping.
A little narcissistic, but okay.
And people started arguing about me being the king, even though I'm female. So I told them all to shut the hell up and let me be king.
Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Why are you king? Should you be Panda Queen?
Yeah. Well,
are you drawing another hand?
I know. I failed at drawing the first one, and then like I tried drawing the hand like being free and not all.
Did you choose to draw the hands outside of frame? The frame. Interesting choice.
Because I'm bad at hands, you could say.
Right.
At least I think so.
Alright. Next question we have here, also from Yona. Because
okay.
not a lot of people were that. We didn't get a lot of people for questions. There was a really good one by good old Meteor. You'll see that one a little bit later. But from Yona again, what's your favorite thing to draw?
Oh, that's really hard. I would say, since most people know that I have my own style of drawing, it's the animals, you know? I actually love drawing in my little animal style. So anytime during class, when I'm not asleep, I would draw my animals on my paper, on my work, on everywhere. And my teachers, they love it. So.
Do they?
Yes.
I feel like most teachers would tell you, hey, stop drawing that. What is that? Is that a cat? A panda? Is that a puppy cat?
Actually, one of my teachers, I don't do it with one of my teachers.
Is that what you added on the sign?
Yes, I had it that time. Geez. That's why I asked you if you knew what flat is justice.
Oh God, I do know that. I will concur.
Okay. Well, I only do it with one of my teachers, but they don't. She doesn't mind. She's a really cool, laid-back teacher. So she actually enjoys my drawings. I drew a comic for her, and she wanted her
clean it up a bit.
Comic name to be Miss Roosevelt. So I was like, okay, here you go. And it was a pink rabbit.
Nice.
I don't know. She got inspired by her little kid. Yep.
Nice. Alright.
I just noticed how I draw hair. It's so weird.
Yeah, you draw hair?
Yeah.
It's very sketchy. Your style is a very sketchy kind of art. I don't mean like sketchy, like like shady. Yes, or like you're Kevin down the street and you're like, hey, you want some drugs? You want to see some like, dude, fucking like 24-hour live girls? I'm right past here.
Dude, meet me at the station at 5.
Which station?
the station down there. You know.
How about with I can meet you at the ISS. Alright, I got some other stuff here like favorite anime, favorite drink, favorite other stuff.
Drink. I could do it. It's either mineral water or grapefruit juice.
Mineral water is just water. It's not different.
No,
It
it's
doesn't taste any
carbonated water.
different.
Shut up.
Carbonated water is different than mineral water.
But
Carbonated
it,
water is an actual thing that tastes disgusting, but alright.
okay, you know what? It's the same thing. Don't worry about it.
As far as I'm concerned, the Italians, well, maybe not the Italians, but Europeans just invented it because it was too expensive to ship cola.
Well, as long as it's not Fiji water, then I think I'm pretty capable.
I don't really taste the difference that much when it comes to bottled. It's like bottled water, except for like Aquafina and Dasani. I think those two are terrible.
There are
Like,
a lot of
like
terrible
Evian tastes good. It's expensive, but
there are a lot of
it tastes like
terrible
it's
water
pretty great.
bottles.
Yeah, but I mean, usually I would prefer to just get my water from like a fountain.
I,
That's the way. Yeah,
at school, there are
gotta
a
get
lot of
gotta get that agua.
there are a lot of horrible fountains at my school.
I don't mean like water fountains like at the school. Like I mean, does your fridge have like that thing where like it has a little like tap in there, like a tap on in the door?
No, my sink does dang it.
Or does your sink have like a little filter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean when I say fountain, I mean like filter. It's
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they're interchangeable in Canada mostly.
Oh my God, Canada
As
and
I know,
America, they're cut in half,
very
both of
different.
them.
I'm Canadian. She is American.
Unfortunately, I mean, fortunately,
For which one of us?
for my side, don't worry about it.
Yeah, for your side, you would.
Because like,
Yona,
what's
if Yona
happening?
was here, she'd be talking about how if Yona did make it to the podcast and she didn't drop out, she'd be talking about how you're American, you're better, and I suck because I don't have Google Fiber. God damn it!
Yeah.
God damn you, Google! Just come here. I will give you my blood, whatever you want.
They're not vampires yet.
But they might. But they're trying to take over the world. They
Well,
need to be able to
they
make
start with
clones.
America first,
I'm not a
okay?
good example, but you know, I probably wouldn't make good clones. They'd probably die, but eh, I
They're-
can run IT support. I guess Google needs that.
we can start an army of clones.
Not with
3D
me.
and 2D.
I'd be too late. I'd be too lazy for that. 2D is very different. 2D, I would look at 2D as something that's very quick. Kind of like it's something that you can make quickly.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did this
Yeah.
all in 30 minutes.
Yeah, you did. I made mine in 4 hours, but the thing with 2D is if you once you've practiced enough, once you're good enough at it, you can make something that looks pretty good fairly quickly. I mean, that's what the basis of speed art.
Oh yeah.
Like just or like a painter on the street on like a street artist or something like that. Like you want to you want a caricature of yourself, you can make a pretty good one.
For
He or she,
me,
but
okay, let me explain
like
this part really.
as far as this just shading.
Okay,
How are you?
I have no idea how to shade clothing yet, so I was
Well, I
winging
mean,
it.
it's fairly.
No,
You
that's
just
not
have to
done.
know how light acts.
It's not done. God, sheesh.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's not done. It's not done. Dang it.
Actually, almost done. Is actually surprisingly fast. Yeah,
Yeah, I draw roughly, you could say.
very rough. It's very sketchy. Oh, I saw the right of your little color palette thing pop up.
Oh, yeah, that happens
Yeah.
sometimes.
You're
It's
not.
because
Yeah, what program do you? Because you don't. You erased some of that.
I did it on accident.
Yeah, but you don't use Photoshop like a lot of artists do, or
Oh,
you don't use Psy either, which is the
hey, I do
what
use
is
Psy.
Psy? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
acronym for Psy? I forget.
it's just Psy. Oh, well, I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure it's an acronym.
Well, I do use Psy, but
Hmm.
not often, because for me it just doesn't go as smoothly as Krita, which I'm using right now.
Yeah.
Krita, I think, goes more smoothly.
Gets
goes
more smoothie, yeah.
smoothly with
Blueberry
my art.
smoothies. Oh, there's the grass.
It's beautiful grass.
You left a lot of white, but okay.
Shh. Go and play later. God.
Oh, wait. Is this not on a layer? Because you put the green over everything else.
Well, it's not like
Does
they
Krita not
are
have
in
layers?
No, let me explain. They are in layers, but the brush that I use, it's not solid, so you can still see the layer before. It would still show
Wait.
a bit of color.
I'm confused. The grass layer isn't like the backest most layer on yours.
It is, but
So
I'm
why is
telling
it
you, I'm
coloring
using.
over?
Shut up. I'm using a brush that
Oh, I
is
get it.
not.
Like the brush you're using for like the colors of the skin and stuff. That's not solid.
That's what
Like
I just
it's hard
said.
to. I didn't understand that. I thought you were like the grass one was not transparent.
Oh no.
Is it done? It's about done. I think I saw a
Well,
timer show up.
hey, you don't judge my timer.
I didn't judge your timer.
You just judged my timer. I actually fixed it
Yeah.
up a bit afterwards,
Yeah.
and I didn't record that. But that's
All right. So we're
basically it.
actually at about done with this. There was one question I want to add. The meteor question.
Okay.
Uh, cut or uncut?
What?
That's the question. From Meteor, cut or uncut?
What do you mean by that?
There's mids. PK. Is that a wing?
Peak. That's that's a really sloppy crown.
That was a crown? Really?
Are you gonna make fun of my crown?
A little.
Shut up.
I mean, it's appropriate for a panda, I suppose.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, if you don't understand, I'm pretty sure he's asking one of two things: whether you like it when a production, let's say a show, just doesn't cut any content from it and just like it's uncut. Say they don't cut out any scenes; it's just all in there.
Okay.
Or alternatively,
They
and
cut
more
scenes.
likely, do you slit your wrists? I guess. Play. Alright, and then
Okay.
we're going. Just keep
So
telling the story.
fast.
You'll notice that mine's a lot faster than Mids's because mine was
Mixes.
4 hour Mids. What's the possessive for Mids?
Well, I could go
I would have gone with
both.
Mids is like Gollum, like Trixie Mids. I can't do a Gollum voice, but
Well, for me, it could go either way. It could go
please
mid
tell me you've seen Lord of the
Z
Rings.
or mids.
Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
I seen it once when I was little and forgot all about it.
Why?
I don't know. Are you
It's a
making
great movie.
Oh my god, I forgot the name of it already.
Really? Yeah. You might actually be able to figure it
I
out.
have one. I
You
literally
have
have
one.
one
It
that
is.
is like 64 years old.
Oh, I want one. I set up the. I guess I should say a little bit. Talk about a little bit what I'm doing. I'm working. You can actually see it. I'm using Autodesk Maya 2016 student version because of reasons. You can actually see my whole desktop here. Student reason because I am a student and I don't want to pay for the full like $3,000 version of Maya, especially if I'm just learning it. Thank you, student version, for being free.
I
So
want
I'm doing. Oh, you just saw a render window pop up because I occasionally have to do that just to make sure that like the render looks okay, or at least somewhat big. You
so
render stuff in
specific.
low quality. Oh, jeez, I'm moving fast. Oh, right. At some point, I went in. Oh, I'm opening Illustrator now. Goddamn, I can't keep up with myself. Uh, either I set up a. I'm setting up this. Oh, this was a useless thing I did in Illustrator, which I shouldn't have done in Illustrator. I'm making a. Have you figured out what mine is yet, Mids?
Yeah, I know what it is, but I forgot what it's called. It was I know it's a watch, but I don't know the specific name.
It's a pocket. It's a pocket watch.
I
So
knew
this
it.
is me like making the hand for it. I realized while I was doing this that I didn't actually need to go into Illustrator and make like the curves for it first and then bring it all into here. I could have just used like the polygons tools or just made a cylinder and stretch it out, which is what I do in a few seconds. But
Intrigued.
anyway,
Wait. Some
what
people they might not know all this stuff. So we gotta
Illustrator
keep
like
it.
curves? I mean, by definition, like curves, you can assume what that means. I'm
Okay,
guessing
they can assume.
like curves, like those, like the outlines of a shape or something. Or to manipulate a shape in some way. Like if I were to loft a curve, if I have like two circles and I loft them, like if I loft the circles and they're facing each other, like it'll become a cylinder because
Oh,
the
yeah.
faces connect and stuff. If I
Okay.
revolve it, it'll do something else. It's too hard to explain everything, but I'm setting up the clock hands now or watch hands now. I'll notice at some point that it's way too small, and I'll like stretch it out. Yeah, there. This actually comes back later. I stretched out the big hand. You actually might be able to see my name in those few frames when my start menu pops up. But I opened up Illustrator again because now I need to make the watch face. But anyway, when I noticed that like the watch thing comes up again because at some point I noticed I'm looking through more fonts there. At some point I noticed the hand for the big hand was I made the big hand bigger, but I didn't remember to make the little hand bigger, so that became a problem. So I that came back later after I rendered it and I like put it into a video and all that, and I saw it and I was no, I gotta fix it, gotta fix that hand. And then there's a lot of lighting stuff, and this is me just setting up actions in Illustrator, which is just like little short, which is essentially just shortcuts. I then realized that wait, I can't have it be like that. I need it to be fonts. So yeah, because I made an outline of the font, and
So
I changed all that.
specific.
Yeah, I needed to make sure that all the stuff would line up well. Then even then, I remember in the final render, I made another mistake. I'm
Oh,
setting up the Roman numerals, but in the final render, I think one of the numbers like it merged with another one at some point. I don't remember it happening, but it happened.
oh well.
I might be able to see it happen. Anyway, 3D is very different than 2D. Oh, there you could see it. The was 11 and 12, 11 and 10 are weird. I don't know how that happened.
It looks
I don't
pretty cool
remember.
though, I must say so myself.
Yeah, well, other times are
It looks
staying
like
up.
an M and a W just smashed together.
Yeah, a little. There's 12. Also, by the way, thank you Star Wars for teaching me how Roman numerals works. Roman numerals work, not works, but 3D and 2D very different. It'll take you a long time to get something right, and oh, I added the AIL squared thing, but it'll take you a long time to understand how 3D works because there's just so much stuff you have to think about in 3D. Where 2D can do you can do all kinds of things without having to learn all these individual things. Like you could just learn how to draw, and that's it. You just learn how
Hey,
to draw.
that's not it when it
No,
comes
but
to
it takes.
2D.
You're right, but here's the thing. Once you're good at drawing in 2D, yeah, that's it. You're good at it. It's not that hard anymore. Like, it's not that hard for you anymore to.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, maybe not. I'm not describing this that well, but the point I'm making is 3D is difficult. Yes, absolutely, but I don't think it's for me anyway. It's not as difficult as 2D art because I can't draw to save my life, and it I would love to be able to draw all these things, and because it would be a lot easier and faster. But with 3D, you have to worry about so many things, and you got to remember all this stuff. Like you could just see it in the UI if you look up for a moment while my saving things spin up. Because at some point I open up the preferences so I can make sure I had a autosave enabled. But you can look at all this stuff. Just look at this. You got curves and slash surfaces, polygons, sculpting, rigging, animation, rendering, effects caching, custom dynamics, fluids, fur, and hair. And at the N in front of it, just like the N is signifying a certain type of plugin inside Maya, the application.
Well,
But
I mean, 2D
then
and
then after add hair,
3D.
there's muscle. I don't even know what that is yet. Paint effects. Those are just little brushes that exist already in Maya. Stuff it's pretty useful. The Turtle engine, XGen, and Bullet engine. Those are physics engines as I understand them. They said, oh, I'm setting up shaders. I put in the texture here. Just scale it up there. I don't know how to properly texture stuff in Maya. There's some way to do it with UVs. I don't know how to do that. I just use a projection tool or just repeat UVs because I don't know how to properly UV map at all. Then I do all this stuff. We're actually almost at the end, I think. Yeah, we are. Wow, that went by fast.
This reminds me of the Matrix.
Yeah,
You
I
just
set
doing all this stuff reminds me of
yeah
the Matrix, making me confused.
I set up so many shaders and ooh the tiles. I set up a fractal on the tires. I set up a fractal bump map. God, if I can get my words out right. I turned sideways and I said it. There it is, the fractal bump map. The bump map is what gives these things little bumps, and then I render that and I realized that is way too like bright. I got to turn down the brightness or the intensity of the sunlight. Then I turned here, but because of the glass shader on like the watch face, there's some weird thing where it's not getting enough light in it, or the angle I'm looking at it is not the light's not reflecting into my like into the camera view, because it's a very detailed light thing system in the mental ray renderer in Maya. There you got that nice little thing, and it's showing up through glass. Like it knows it's through glass. It's calculating every individual like photon that has to pass through the glass. It's absolutely beautiful thing to look at, but it's so much to remember too. I have a notebook. I've like a 300-page notebook on all the stuff I need to remember. And I think we're approaching the end. And 2D is always amazing to me because you can do something very quickly and something cool, but you just have to. There's plenty of things you have to know, but you don't have. It's not really a lot of memorizing so much as it is pure skill at what you're doing. Being genuinely good at drawing and making art and being creative.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna stop you there. When you're drawing, it doesn't matter if you're doodling or if you're professionally
Drawing?
drawing or in between. You still have to practice. Okay,
I'm saying
3D.
you still have to practice, but I'm saying once you have that down, it's way easier than like what I do. What I do, I think. Well, if even then, maybe not easier, but
Well,
it's just time consuming. I guess I don't know. To me, this has always been like there's nothing really I have ever wanted to do quite as bad as 3D modeling and animation because I love or just modeling and animation in general because I love animation. I love old cartoons and all that, but this is honestly it's so much work and I love the work. I take to it I take to it quickly even for me. Oh, you saw some messages pop up. I don't know who sent that. Maybe minutes. I'm not sure. Oh, there's the final image. There's the final image with the render. I'm still kind of mad. I want to like it's not smoothed out there, but if I smooth it out, the render would have taken forever and
I would
all
say
this
it's
other stuff.
pretty beautiful
Yeah.
compared to my shitty art that you
Like
that I
what?
made.
No, yours was great, but that's the
Hey,
thing. It's hard to make 3D look stylized. I think it genuinely is because you gotta, at least for me, because you'd have to know a lot of render stuff, and I don't know how to deal with renders and shaders and textures.
well, although artists do have, like professional wise, we still have a lot to think about when it comes to art. We have the shading, we have the outline, we have the sketch, we have
Yeah.
all the other things that I do not want to go into detail about.
All right. Well, Mids, thanks for joining me. Any last remarks?
Um, Hugh can go fuck himself.
All right. Good last remark.
I know.
Anyway, one last thing. We are also trying to see whose art is better.
Oh
Kind of,
no,
kind of thing.
no.
There should be a straw poll somewhere in the description. Maybe I put an annotation on the screen. Not sure.
Love you
You go
guys.
vote there. You go vote for which one of us did better. Now remember, I worked on it for 4 hours.
No, don't bring that up. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll remind this to everyone. I love you
I
guys.
even put AIL squared in mine.
Hey,
It's right
I
there.
can I can fix it. I can fix it right now.
You can't fix it in the middle of the video.
I did something anime related though. Flat is
That's not this
justice.
channel.
What?
It's a different channel.
The hell do you mean? Oh.
Alright. Anyway, there might be this is unconfirmed, but there might be 2 podcasts this week. Mids, I don't think he'll be joining us for a second one unless you'd like to, but
That's
we
all
were
to you.
the original podcast we were planning was one for the manga week.
Oh yeah.
When that ultimately fell through and Yuki's great decision making came into play, or potentially Yuki's the reason he gets executed. When that all came into play, we just decided to do this.
Well,
So we'll see what happens.
love you guys.
If we can get this, if we can get a second one out, might not be the same schedule. It might be that podcast might be like a special case. It might come up on Sunday. Might come up on
Monday.
I don't know Wednesday. Not sure. Depends when we can record or if I can edit it in enough time. But we'll see. But until then,
Love you
that's it.
guys.
Thank you for joining us for this relaxing podcast. I enjoy this, Mitz.
Thank you. I did too. But
Yeah.
thank you for choosing me, an artist. Like I don't even know why I'm on this podcast.
I, you have a working microphone.
Th- Thank you. And that's why you kicked Senti out of doing any of the podcasts.
He will not get in until he gets a microphone that sounds better than until he gets a microphone that doesn't sound like he's using it to announce the Hindenburg collapsing and imploding on fire. Oh, the humanity!
Yay! Your
Goodbye.
laugh is contagious.